up, you guys? I'm Christina Sheree. If you're new to my channel, hey, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button somewhere on the screen here. And if you're returning, it's always good to see you. So you know what, today, guys, I just wanted something fresh and warm and kind of really wanted to play with a sweet-ish look. I came up with this. So if you want to see how I came up with this, grab a snack and keep on watching. Let's just head on over to the video. Alright, you guys, so I'm playing with the DIOR Backstage palette. It's called Amber Neutral, so this pretty baby right here. I just really want to do a warm look, so that's what we're going to do today. I'm picking up my, well actually I already have it, my Morphe E17. And the first color I'm going into is this one here, which is, I'm looking down because they actually have the colors on the box, which is kind of great. What's it called? Sienna. So I'm going to go into this color. My lids are already primed, and for that I use my Fenty primer. I didn't set it, because why not? Alright, so I'm going to take this color and just stamp it in my transition area all the way across. It is a shimmer, and some people like it in their crease transition areas, some people don't. I am one, I try anything, just to see, you know, no rules. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and blend this on out. Y'all, I am baking today. It's not even really that hot outside, and it's hot in here. Just have to share that. I'm like, anyways. Alright, so that's all blended. I actually focused it a lot on the outer edge because I wanted it to be sort of a winged up type thing. So now I'm taking my Dominique Cosmetics, the Crease Blur brush, this one here, and going into the color, it's just matte red, so this one here. Take just a little bit, so like that. We'll start with that. And what I want to do is warm up the crease a little bit, so we're going to place this in the crease area, not as high as the transition, so like that. And just place it where you want it first. I'm just going to focus on the outer edge because I really like the color to be saturated towards the outside first, or more intently. So just take that, and once you have it, just go ahead and blend it on out. I blend upwards just to get it into that transition color just a little bit. Picking it back up the brush that we use for Sienna, I'm not putting any additional product on it, but I'm going to take it and just go over both areas just to blend them in a little bit more and to diffuse the edges on the outside. And it just helps those colors to blend better. So I cleaned off the brush. Now I'm going into the color Brick. Can you see that? So this one here. And I'm going to deepen up the crease even more. So load up your brush, tap off the extra. And this one I'm going to focus it really on the outer edge first. So get all up in there. And then just kind of go to town in the corner. So building up your outer V. And you may have to do a few tries with it, or dip your brush in a few times. Yeah, words kind of escape me sometimes, you know, who needs them? Picking up my Sigma E25, I'm going back into the color Sienna and just take a little bit. Oh, sorry, let me show you what I'm doing. So back into this color here. And I'm actually going to mix it with this one here, which is called Red Copper. It's about that much. Tap off the extra. And I want to bring the warmth back to the outer edges, so I'm just going to lightly, sorry, you can't even see that, go over the outside. And it's just to bring the warmth back into that color, those colors up top. Now with my Sigma E55, so this flat shader brush, I'm going back into the color Brick, so this one here. Gonna load it up. Yeah, that's kind of a lot. Tap it off a little bit. All right, so for this, it's just gonna focus this color on the outer V. Let me get closer. So right here. Just go ahead and pack it on. So actually I took that color and went a little bit further in, so to about actually middle of the eye, like that, and just packed it on both sides, because we're gonna darken the outside and then put a shimmer over it. So to darken the outside, if I can pick up a brush, I'm actually gonna go right back in with my Morphe E17 and then just go ahead and switch that other color off, because I want to deepen it up, but I don't want to go in too heavy. You can use a packer brush, but I'm going to do this one with smoky brown. So this color right here, load that up. And then this one, we're really just going to focus on the outer V. Make sure you can see. So we're just kind of giving it a little bit more dimension. Go right to your eyelashes and stop when you get to your crease. And I'm just doing small circular motions. Now I'm picking back up the brush that we used for Brick. It still has a little bit of color on it, and I'm just going to go right over that area and blend the edges and blend the edges together so they're smoother. Now I'm going into the color Red Copper, so this one here, with my fingers. And I'm going to just place this all over the lid. You can use a brush. I find that when you use your finger, it warms it up and it foils it a little bit more. And I like that look. So I'm starting at the bottom, closest to the lashes. And then I'm going to place this on the rest of the lid. So from the center all the way to the inner portion. Alright, now I'm picking up my Morphe E35, this really, really tiny brush. I keep going like this, forgetting I need to pick up the palette. Sorry, guys. Now, this color is considered a highlight. That's what it's called. Highlighter. Bronze highlighter. So I'm going to load that up and place it two places. I'm actually going to put it in the inner corner and bring it on the lid just a little bit. Wrap it around. And I'm also going to place this color as a brow bone highlight. The highlight is pretty subtle. I'm going to do the bottom lash line before I decide whether or not we'll kind of maybe punch it up a little bit. But for the lower lash line, the first color I'm going into is Brick. So this color here. And I'm using my Sigma E30, which is a pencil brush. We're going to put this all along the lower lash. I like to smoke it down pretty far because I love that wraparound look where it's just like a nice color cloud. And always connect it to the top when you do that. Or at least I always do. Now I have my Melt Cosmetic Pencil in the color Columbia, I believe. Yeah, Columbia. So this really nice brown. I'm going to take this all across the top and all across the bottom. We're going to smudge it to give it a bit more of a smokier effect. So I'm going to lean in and probably speed this part up. But what you're doing is you're just really going all along the lash line. And then you're going to bring it up a little bit higher in the corner. So like that. With Columbia placed all across the lid, now I'm taking the same Morphe E35. Just going to smudge this all together, soften it like so. It just gives it a nice little bit of a smoke right close to your lashes, because this is such a light look, pretty easygoing look. Yeah, like that. Going into the color Smoky Brown, I'm taking an angled eyeliner brush. This is my Linda Hallberg 333, we're going to go right over where we just placed the Columbia color. So just load that up. And then you're really just going to trace right over what you did. So just to lock that in a little bit more. So I like to use a liquid liner to kind of like trace along my lash line. So I'm using this NYX, that's the point here. It's a really thin one. And I do this all the time. I actually like to go in between the lashes and let me get closer. All you're doing is you're just tracing your lash line. And what it does is it makes your lashes look so much darker and fuller when you put mascara on, because it just kind of gives it a little bit of weight there. So I do that all the time. I'm just going to go ahead and do that on both eyes. And you're not doing a wing or anything. You're literally just tracing it like that. Okay, see what had happened was I started out with just trying to do a baby wing on this side. And I haven't done a wing in like a few weeks. So it just kind of grew. So I just winged them out on both sides. You know. It is what it is. All right, so I really want to keep the lower lash kind of just soft and really just focus on the lashes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my mascara off camera and I'll be right back. All right, fam, so I'm back. Just a couple things off camera. I actually did take the color, this one here, this highlighter color. Can you see that? Hopefully you can. And just put it on a brush and put some Fix Plus on it just to make the highlight a little bit brighter. And then for my lips, I used the Patrick Ta She's Bold. It's got lipstick all over it, or gloss over it. It's just a really, from my lips, it's a really nude color, so I used it all over as a base. And then I used my Natasha Denona, what is this one called? My Natasha Denona Tan Nude. And for this, I really just, it's a really very fair, which way to go, color. So what I did was I used this and just blotted it on my lips. And then I took the color Caramel and then just kind of put that on top of that. I really wanted a kind of barely there nude lip, but just where there is some color. And for my eyes, I just did It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I really wanted this look to be more about the eyes and the mascara and a nude look, so kind of fresh. So yeah, hope you like it. Yeah, you guys, I love spending time with you guys. I'm always so grateful when you stop by. While you're here, of course, if you go ahead and give this video a like, and since you're in that area, why don't you go ahead, it's somewhere down here on the screen, go ahead and hit that notification bell, subscribe, and of course, like the video again. Well, you guys, other than that, you know, I'd love it if you guys take the time to just head on over to my Instagram. I'm going to pop what it looks like up somewhere on the screen, probably over here. I love being creative on both platforms. You're going to see stuff here that you won't see there, more pictures of the looks, and all that good stuff. Well, you guys, I'm not going to babble anymore. I appreciate that you gave me some time, whatever time it is, morning, noon, or night. Thank you for giving me some of it. You have a really great day. Thanks. Bye.